It's probably more of a negative for Qatar Airways as opposed to the airshow itself. The fact of the matter is that, you know, we've got thousands of exhibitors here, thousands of companies, so really the one that's missing out is Qatar Airways. And obviously until the blockade is lifted, there's not really going to be much change for their status. Whilst the issues with Lebanon certainly would raise the stakes for everybody involved, I don't think it directly impacts the economy and the certain investment that's flowing into the UAE right now. And certainly we're predicted to have a much better air show this year than we were in 2015. So on the face of it, whilst the threat of political discord is always going to be ever present, I don't think it'll have too much of a direct impact on the UAE.
We put them through 7 stages of processing to sort them and make sure they're all the same color and they have the right attributes. Then we degrease them and clean them, and then they're ground to about 3 or 4 micron size flakes. Obviously, we're looking at people who have their own jet, who are wanting to make some sort of statement, something that stands out from the crowd, some kind of different look to their plane, which others don't have. Obviously, the reflections, which hopefully you've seen, are second to none. They're not like a normal metallic paint. They give a multi-chromatic and multicolored reflection. So I think it's someone who obviously has money, but someone who is looking to stand out.
You've got automobiles, you've got motors that power watercraft, you've got the aircraft now, you've got Osimo, the robot. So really, what Honda's trying to do is propel humanity forward through mobility and innovation. So they pretty much had the ground covered, and they looked to the skies like so many people do, and they thought there's a space where we can apply our R&D, our technology, to provide something that's unique that the marketplace hasn't had. With the Honda Jet particularly, a lot of aircraft, and not to name names, but a lot of them will have 20, 30-year-old technology. With the Honda Jet being a clean sheet design, the absolute best, without compromise, was put into this one singular aircraft. Honda understood they had to get it right.
The idea of owning your own aircraft now is something that's really something that's moved away in the last sort of 5 to 10 years across the world. And I think a lot of the advantages of owning your own private jet have dissipated, really with what VistaJet provides, which is guaranteed availability of an aircraft across the world. We weren't really around 10, 15 years ago, so a lot of people were purchasing their own aircraft and really not utilising them as much as they possibly should. If you own an aircraft, you should be flying these aircraft really 700, 800 hours per year. And for us, really you can just buy the hours you need.
In terms of volume, I actually think it will increase it over time, because one of the great problems with the business aviation community is that it's been impossible to, there's no Expedia. It's been impossible to book. Who do you call when you want to book a business jet? There's this funny, very, very intermediated market with brokers and what have you, and it's very much in the know. And so those sorts of modern apps and so forth is starting to democratise it, which actually increases usage.